everyone. Today, Daphne and I are excited to talk about a very important topic human rights. We'll explain what human rights are, why they matter, and share some key articles from the Universal Declaration of Rights, often called the UDHR.
Yes, let's start with what human rights mean. Human rights are basic rights and freedoms that everyone has, no matter where they come from, their gender, race, or beliefs. These rights help protect our dignity, equality, and freedom. They cover things like safety, the freedom to express ourselves, and access to basic needs like food and healthcare.
Exactly. Human rights became very important after World War II. The war caused a lot of suffering, and many people recognized that we needed a way to protect individuals' rights. In 1945, the United Nations was formed to encourage peace and cooperation between countries. Then, in 1948, the UN created the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. This document set out basic rights that should be protected for all people.
The UDHR was created to ensure that the horrible things that had happened during the war would not happen again. It provides a foundation for human rights laws around the world and emphasizes that these rights are not given by the government, they are inherent to all humans.
Let's look at some important articles from the UDHR. For example, Article 1 says, all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. This means that everyone deserves to be treated equally and with respect no matter who they are.
Another important article is Article 3, which states everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of person. This article emphasizes that everyone should have the freedom to live without fear and to feel safe.
Article 5 is also significant. It says, no one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment. This protects individuals from being treated badly and helps ensure that everyone is treated with dignity.
Then we have Article 18, which states that everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. This article allows people to hold their beliefs and practice their faith freely without fear of punishment.
Finally, Article 19 says, everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. This means that people can share their thoughts and opinions openly, which is essential for a healthy society.
Now let's talk about Komnas HAM, which is Indonesia's National Human Rights Commission. Komnas HAM is an independent group that works to protect and promote human rights in Indonesia.
This commission investigates cases of human rights violation, gives advice to the government, and raises awareness about these issues. They also work with organizations and people to promote human rights education.
Komnas HAM is very important because it helps hold leaders accountable and ensures that everyone can voice their concerns about human rights violations. They play a key role in promoting respect for human rights in Indonesia.
Let's discuss some specific violations of human rights and how they are addressed. We chose two articles from the UDHR to focus on, Article 13 and Article 25.
First, Article 13 states that everyone has the right to move freely within their country and to leave and return to their country. Unfortunately, in some places, people are not allowed to move freely. They may face restrictions or on leaving their country or even punishment if they try.
That's a serious problem. When people can move freely, it can trap them in dangerous situations or prevent them from seeking better opportunities.
The second article that we are discussing is Article 25. This article guarantees everyone the right to an adequate standard of living, which includes food, clothing, housing, and medical care. Sadly, many people around the world do not have access to these basic needs because of poverty or neglect from their governments.
Yes, and this lack of access can have serious consequences. Without enough food, shelter, or healthcare, people's health and well-being suffer, and it can be hard for them to escape poverty.
Organizations like Amnesty International work hard to address these violations. They share information about human rights abuses, gather evidence, and advocate for change. They also provide support to victims by offering legal assistance.
Exactly. Amnesty International's work is crucial in raising awareness about these issues and pushing for governments to take responsibility for protecting human rights. Their efforts help ensure that human rights are respected around the world.
In conclusion, understanding and advocating for human rights is essential for creating a fair society. By knowing our rights and supporting groups that fight for these rights, we can all contribute to making a positive difference in our communities and around the world.
Thank you so much for watching our presentation. We hope you found it helpful and interesting.